The Nightly Business Report.
Good evening. Tonight, according to the most recent data from the Department of Census and Statistics, Sri Lanka's inflation rate, as determined by the Colombo Consumer Price Index on an year-over-year basis, dropped from negative 0.8% in October 2024 to negative 2.1% in November 2024. With support for Colombo Port and Maritime projects, the United States is collaborating with the Sri Lankan government to create a plan for the port industry's long-term sustainable growth. On the first trading day of the week, the market showed an upward trend. The ASPI continued its upward trajectory and the S&P SL20 experienced a significant uptick after a week of declines. And following a string of encouraging business activity data from China, the majority of Asian stock markets show increases today, with advances in China leading the way.
From Studio 24, here's Sanuvi Mudanayaka.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The United States is working with the Sri Lankan government to develop a roadmap for the sustainable growth of the country's port sector, with support from Colombo Port and Maritime initiatives. At the Colombo International Maritime and Logistic Conference, U.S. Embassy's Dustin R. Pickle highlighted efforts to improve Sri Lankan Port Authority's capabilities through training and knowledge exchange. The U.S. also supports a maritime advisory program under the Colombo Plan. A key development was the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between Sri Lankan Port Authorities and Virginia Ports Authority, fostering technical collaboration to enhance logistics efficiency and maritime security. Sri Lanka's inflation rate, as measured by the Colombo Consumer Price Index on a year-on-year basis, has decreased to negative 2.1% in November 2024, down from negative 0.8% in October 2024, according to the latest data from the Department of Census and Statistics.
The Colombo Consumer Price Index for November of 2024 recorded a value of 189.4, marking a decrease of 0.5 index points or 0.25% compared to October of this year, when the index stood at 189.9. The decline represents a reduction of 427 rupees and 75 cents in the market basket expenditure value, reflecting the overall decrease in the cost of living. On a year-on-year basis, the overall inflation rate, as measured by the CCPI, decreased to minus 2.1% in November 2024 compared to minus 0.8% in October this year. This indicates a continued deflationary trend in the country's price levels. Breaking down the inflation data further, the year-on-year inflation for the food group saw a decline, dropping 0.6% in November from 1% in October. On the other hand, the year-on-year inflation for the non-food group also decreased sharply, moving from minus 1.6% in October to minus 3.3% in November. For the month of November, food commodities made a positive contribution of For the month of November 2024, food commodities made a positive contribution of 0.19% to the overall inflation rate, reflecting a slight increase in food prices, while the non-food group continued to exert downward pressure on the overall inflation figure.
The Sri Lanka-Korea Business Council of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce recently held its 29th annual general meeting at the chamber, with Her Excellency Myeon Lee, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Sri Lanka, gracing the event as chief guest. In her address, Ambassador Lee commended the SLKBC's efforts in strengthening the partnership between the business communities of Korea and Sri Lanka. She emphasized the significant role of Korea in supporting Sri Lanka's economic recovery through employment opportunities for Sri Lankan workers, their remittances, development assistance, and collaborative projects. The ambassador also highlighted the importance of creating a unified, investment-friendly environment to foster mutual prosperity in the region. During the meeting, Mr. Asita Martis from Aitken Spence Shipping Limited was re-elected as the president of the council, reaffirming the SLKBC's commitment to promoting trade, tourism, and services between Sri Lanka and Korea. Let's take a short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. On the first trading day of the week, the market reversed its positive momentum from last week, with the S&P SL20 closing lower and the ASPI also declining. For further insights, we spoke with Anjali Matthews from First Capital Holdings.
Today, the Colombo Stock Exchange extended its positive sentiment for the fifth consecutive day, with the all-share price index continuing to surpass the 13,000 mark, closing at 13,299, gaining 40 points and marking a 0.3% increase from the previous day. The top contributors towards the positive index were Haley's, Atkins Spence, Access Engineering, John Keel's Holdings, and Central Finance Company. And in a similar trend, the S&P SL20 index also climbed higher, gaining 11 points to close at 3,916, with a 0.28% increase from the previous day. Investor sentiment also remained optimistic, with high levels of participation from the retail and construction sectors. Investor participation was robust, where turnover recorded at Rs 2.3 billion, with the food, beverage, and tobacco sector dominating turnover and accounting for 28% of overall turnover, while the capital goods and banking sector jointly contributed to 30% of overall turnover. The top gainers of the day include Industrial Asphalt plc, Blue Diamonds, Tess Agro plc, Acme Printing and Packaging, and RIL Property plc, while the top losers of the day were Nation Lanka Finance, Office Equipment plc, UB Finance, Hella Apparel, and SoftLogic Finance.
The market experienced fluctuations last week, but on the first day of this week, both the S&P SL20 and the ASPI showed an upward trend. The key question now is whether this positive momentum can be sustained. For further insights, we speak with Dimantha Matthews from First Capital Holdings.
Thank you. So in line with our expectations, we saw the market recover over the last 4 to 5 days, and today also we saw the positive buying momentum coming in. So with us coming into a fresh month, we feel that there's going to be a stronger buying interest, with interest rates also on a continuous declining path. We feel that there will be a lot of fund flow from the fixed income market coming into the equity market, creating more traction in the equity market. So we feel that transactions are likely to rise, and a lot of buying interest is likely to further come into the equity market. Also, with strong results that have come out, we feel the banking sector and the consumer sector are likely to be the leaders in this chase. In addition, we feel that with the tourist arrivals, there's a likelihood of investors moving into the tourism counters as well. So overall, retail activity is likely to be on a continuous rise, and turnover levels are expected to gradually improve as the week progresses. Thank you.
Gold prices dropped in Asian trade today, pressured by a stronger dollar following US President-elect Donald Trump's threat to impose steep tariffs on the BRICS nations. Spot gold fell 0.9% to $2,629.74 an ounce, while February gold futures dropped 1.1% to $2,652.11 an ounce. Safe haven demand for gold was also dampened by signs that the Israel-Hezbollah ceasefire was holding. However, ongoing tensions between Russia and Ukraine kept some haven buying in play. The stronger dollar and reduced geopolitical risk weighed heavily on gold's appeal as a safe haven asset, leading to a decline in prices. Investors are now watching for further developments in global trade and geopolitical tensions for market direction. Oil prices rose in Asian trade today, supported by positive economic data from top importer China and a focus on the upcoming OPEC Plus meeting for supply cues. Brent oil futures in February increased 0.3% to $72.02 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate crude futures rose 0.3% to $67.92 a barrel. Bargaining buying also contributed to crude's gains after sharp losses the previous week, driven by signs of easing tension in the Middle East. However, a recent ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah showed signs of strain, with both sides accusing each other of violations. Additionally, oil prices retained some risk premium due to escalating tensions between Russia and Ukraine. The Sri Lankan rupee remains steady against the US dollar today, showing little change compared to last week. According to the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the buying rate of the US dollar has decreased slightly, while the selling rate has also seen a small reduction. Let's now take a look at how the Sri Lankan rupee is performing against other global currencies. A short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back. Onyx Hospitality Group, a prominent leader in Southeast Asia's hospitality industry, has proudly announced the grand opening of Amari Colombo in Sri Lanka.
Onyx Hospitality Group has officially opened Amari Colombo, marking a significant milestone for the country's hospitality sector. This highly anticipated launch coincides with the start of the season, introducing a new era for sophistication and modernity in the region. Located in the heart of Colombo's vibrant commercial and economic centre, Amari Colombo promises to redefine luxury with its exceptional facilities, authentic dining experiences, and world-class hospitality. The property is set to become a premier destination for both business and leisure travellers. This opening marks a key achievement for Onyx Hospitality Group, advancing its vision to become the best medium-sized hospitality management company in Southeast Asia while raising the standard of excellence in Colombo. The introduction of Amari Colombo also extends the brand's influence in the South Asian market, further enhancing the region's appeal to discerning travellers.
Union Bank is pleased to announce the appointment of Dr. Dharmaseri Kumaratunga as an independent non-executive director. With over 35 years of experience in banking, finance, technology and digital transformation, Dr. Kumaratunga's expertise will be invaluable in guiding the bank's strategic decisions as it continues to strengthen its digital capabilities and expand its offerings. Dr. Kumaratunga has had an eminent career, having served as Assistant Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, where he played a pivotal role in shaping monetary policy. He also held the position of Director of the Payments and Settlements Department at CBSL, overseeing critical aspects of the country's financial systems. Additionally, he served as a Secretary to the Ministry of Technology, where he led key initiatives in Sri Lanka's digital transformation. Furthermore, Dr. Kumaratunga has been at the forefront of key national projects, having chaired the Telecommunications Regulatory Commission and the Information and Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka. Hemas Hospitals proudly introduces 3D laparoscopic donor nephrectomies for kidney transplants, marking a milestone in advanced medical care.
Hemas Hospitals has introduced the 3D laparoscopic method for kidney donation, a groundbreaking advancement in transplant surgery that holds significant promise for Sri Lanka, where chronic kidney disease is becoming an increasing concern. The demand for kidney transplants is growing, making this development crucial for improving transplant outcomes and patient care. Unlike traditional kidney transplants, which involve open surgery with large incisions, longer recovery times and higher complication risks, the 3D laparoscopic technique uses advanced 3D imaging to guide a minimally invasive procedure. This approach offers several advantages, including smaller incisions, reduced pain, faster recovery and fewer post-operative complications. Additionally, the 3D laparoscopic method lowers the risks of hernia formation, reduces scarring and promotes quicker discharge times. These benefits contribute to significant reductions in donor morbidity and mortality, marking a major step forward in enhancing the safety and efficiency of kidney transplants in Sri Lanka.
Ather Energy has officially launched the Ather 450X electric scooter in Sri Lanka, marking a major milestone in its global expansion and bringing cutting-edge EV technology to the island.
This launch is powered by Evolution Auto Private Limited, which is a joint venture between Atman Group and Sino-Lanka Private Limited, which will serve as the national distributor for Aether Energy in Sri Lanka. The launch event held at Cinnamon Life, Colombo last week was attended by key representatives from Aether Energy. The Aether 450X comes equipped with the state-of-the-art technology designed to deliver an unmatched riding experience. Powered by a robust electric motor, the scooter offers a rapid acceleration and a top speed of 90 km per hour. Its intelligent dashboard provides real-time diagnostics and navigation, while its regenerative braking system, extensive under-seat storage, and fast charging capabilities set it apart from conventional scooters. The 450X can be charged up to 80% in just 60 minutes, ensuring minimal downtime. This launch represents a significant step toward promoting affordable and sustainable transportation in Sri Lanka. Evolution Auto Private Limited has plans to establish a network of Aether grid fast charging solutions across the country, aiming to make electric vehicle adoption more accessible and convenient for Sri Lankans.
S&P PLC has renewed its strategic partnership with Harbour Village Private Limited, continuing to provide exclusive financing solutions for home buyers at Marina Square, Colombo's premier harbourfront mixed development project. Located near the Port City and Port Access Elevated Highway, Marina Square has become a landmark in urban luxury living, featuring 1,088 condominium units across 5 36-floor towers with panoramic views of the Colombo skyline, Indian Ocean and the Colombo Harbour. Under the extended partnership, S&P will continue to offer special financing options, competitive interest rates and comprehensive support for services for potential homeowners. S&P's relationship managers will provide personalized mortgage advisory services, assist with documentation and offer flexible repayment plans tailored to individual needs. The renewed agreement, announced at a special ceremony attended by key officials from both organizations, extends the promotional period until December 31st, 2025. EB Creasy Solar, the renewable energy division of EB Creasy & Co plc, has been appointed as the authorized distributor for Longi, a global leader in solar technology. This partnership marks a significant milestone in promoting renewable energy solutions in Sri Lanka.
EB Creasy Solar, the renewable energy arm of EB Creasy & Co plc, has been appointed as the authorized distributor for Longi, a global leader in solar technology, paving the way for a more sustainable future in Sri Lanka. In collaboration with Longi as an official sales partner, EB Creasy Solar unveiled the highly anticipated solar panels at a launch event held last week at Merino Beach, Colombo. Through this partnership, Sri Lankan customers now have access to Longi's renowned solar panels, celebrated for their superior performance, reliability and cutting-edge innovation. This collaboration highlights EB Creasy Solar's commitment to providing top-tier technology and quality products, backed by a strong legacy of trusted partnerships. The move also supports the company's mission to empowering communities, driving sustainability and playing a crucial role in Sri Lanka's transition towards renewable energy.
Let's take a short commercial break. Global business updates coming on the other side. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Most Asian stock markets advanced today, led by gains in Chinese markets following a series of positive business activity reports from the country. The Shanghai Shenzhen CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite indexes rose by 0.5% and 0.8% respectively, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index inched up by 0.2%. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 saw a modest gain of 0.2% and the Topix rose 0.4% despite data showing a contraction in the country's factory activity for the 5th consecutive month in November. South Korea's Kospi Index added 0.2%, while the Philippines' PSEI Composite Index climbed by 0.8%. However, overall gains were capped by concerns over US President-elect Donald Trump's threats of imposing additional tariffs, which continue to cast a shadow over market sentiment. Stellantis chief executive Carlos Tavares has resigned just 2 months after the automaker known for brands like Jeep, Fiat and Peugeot issued a profit warning.
The CEO of automaker Stellantis, Carlos Tavares, resigned abruptly on Sunday. This comes 2 months after the Jeep, Fiat, and Peugeot manufacturer issued a profit warning, which contributed to a 40% drop in the value of its stock this year. A member of the board said his departure resulted from different views emerging in recent weeks among major shareholders, the board, and Tavares. His resignation was first reported by Bloomberg News. Tavares had been seen as one of the most respected executives in the auto industry, but was criticized after the profit warning. It was mostly due to slow sales and bloating inventories in Stellantis' North American market, the group's profit powerhouse. The profit warning led to a management reshuffle and later a decision that Tavares would retire at the end of his mandate in early 2026. Tavares has led Stellantis since its creation in early 2021. Through the merger of Fiat Chrysler and Peugeot owner PSA. It is the world's 4th largest car maker by sales. The company said it would appoint a new leader in the first half of next year.
Workers at Volkswagen could go out on strike across Germany as soon as next week. The IG Metall Union said in a notice as a clash between labor and management over layoffs and plant closures escalates.
Workers at Volkswagen could go on strike across Germany as soon as next week. That's what the IG Metall Union said in a notice on Friday. It comes amid a clash between labour and management over layoffs and plant closures. Warning strikes at the carmakers' plants across Germany are reportedly expected to take place as soon as Monday. It would mark the first large-scale walkouts at the company's domestic operations since 2018. Warning strikes usually last from a few hours up to a day. Volkswagen has demanded a 10% wage cut. It says it needs to slash costs and boost profit to defend market share in the face of cheap competition from China and a drop in European demand. It's also threatening to close plants in Germany for the first time in its 87-year history. Labour representatives and management will meet again on December the 9th to carry on negotiations. But the strikes could escalate into 24-hour or unlimited strikes if a deal is not struck. That would put a dent in Volkswagen's output at a time when the carmaker is already facing declining deliveries and plunging profits.
That's all from us on the Nightly Business Report for today. We'll see you again tomorrow with the latest updates in the business globe. Until then, I'm Sunny Mudanayaka. Thank you for watching and have a good night.